Hi, I'm Stephanie Jaworski of joybaking.com. Today we're going to make bran muffins, and this is what it looks like. This muffin is loaded with flavor. Besides the flavor of the bran, we have vanilla extract, we have molasses, we have whole wheat flour, we have rolled oats, we have cinnamon, we have orange zest, so packed with flavor. Now, the first thing you will need to keep in mind, if you want to have your muffins in the morning, you will have to make the batter like the night before, because once we make the batter, it does need to chill. I would say, maybe at least 3 to 4 hours. So make it the day before. And to make your batter, if you have a stand mixer like I have here, use your paddle attachment, or you could use a hand mixer. The first thing that we will need to do is, I have in a bowl 1.5 cups, which is 80 grams. I'm using unprocessed wheat bran. Now, I know a lot of bran muffin recipes use like bran cereal. I actually like to use the unprocessed wheat bran. It's nice and light and fluffy, and actually it's cheaper to buy than a bran cereal. Now, you can find it usually the health food section of your local grocery store, maybe on the baking aisle. Sometimes I found it even in the cereal section, or of course you can find it in health food stores. So I'm going to take 1/2 cup, 120 milliliters, 120 grams of boiling water. I'm just going to pour that over the top to moisten our bran. And just give it a stir. Okay, that looks good. It's all moistened. So now, to make our batter, the first thing we need is 1/2 cup, 113 grams of butter. I'm using unsalted. I like the flavor better, and I like to control the salt in my recipe. But you can use salted butter and then just leave out the salt in the recipe. So have your butter at room temperature. Put that in there. And then I'm just going to beat that on medium speed just until it's nice and smooth. Okay. And as always, periodically scrape down the sides and the bottom of your mixing bowl. Make sure everything gets mixed together. The next ingredient, 1 cup, 200 grams of light brown sugar. And if you're using a cup measurement, make sure you kind of pat your brown sugar down in there. So I'm going to beat this on medium-high speed. I want to get everything mixed together, and I do like to incorporate a little bit of air because that'll make our muffins lighter in texture. So, maybe a couple minutes on medium-high. Okay, that looks good. So now what we're going to add is 2 large eggs. Have your eggs at room temperature. And 2 large eggs is 100 grams out of the shell. I'm going to add 1, beat that in, and then add the next one. Okay, that looks good. Next, we're going to beat in 1 teaspoon, 4 grams of pure vanilla extract. Now, the vanilla extract is just for flavoring. There's a lot of flavors going on here, so if you want to leave out that vanilla, you can. And I'm also going to add 2 tablespoons of molasses. That's going to add this real, earthy flavor. And plus molasses, besides the flavor, it's going to add some moist texture to our muffins. So 2 tablespoons, 40 grams. I am using the unsulfured. There's 2 types. Well, there's more than 2 types. Different types of molasses. I like the unsulfured because it has a milder flavor. So I'm just going to beat that in. And also, I know molasses, some people, depending on where you live, have a hard time finding molasses. It has a very sticky texture, kind of like honey. So you could, replace some molasses with honey. Of course, it's not going to have the same flavor, but you will get that nice texture. Okay, so now we have all of our dry ingredients here. So in a bowl, I have 1 cup, which is 130 grams of all-purpose flour. You may know that as plain flour. I'm also going to add, because we've got lots of good kind of healthy ingredients here, so I'm going to add 1 cup, 130 grams of whole wheat flour. If you don't want to use whole wheat flour, then just use 2 cups, 260 grams of your all-purpose flour. And then you will need 2 teaspoons, 8 grams of baking soda, 1 teaspoon, 4 grams of baking powder, half a teaspoon, 2 grams of salt. If you use the salted butter, just leave out that salt. And I like some cinnamon in my bran muffins. Totally optional, you can leave it out. I'm adding 1 teaspoon, 1 gram of ground cinnamon. And I'm also going to add 2/3 of a cup, 60 grams of, I'm using the old-fashioned rolled oats. There's 2 types. There's the old-fashioned and then there's the instant, the quick cooking. The difference is the thickness of the rolled oats. So I like the thicker texture of the old-fashioned, but you could, use the quick cooking, or if you don't even want rolled oats, you can just leave it out altogether. So I'm just going to stir that all in. And then I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup, 100 grams of dark raisins. I like the dark, you could use the golden. Now, if you don't want raisins, you could leave the raisins out, or you could use some dried cranberries, dried cherries. You could, replace the raisins with some nuts if you prefer that. Or if you want it plain, just leave all that out. And another thing you could add is a little bit of crystallized ginger. That would be really good. Give a little heat. Okay. So now, before we go on with that, I'm going to add in or beat in my bran here. It's nice and soft. And And before I forget, we are going to add the zest of 1 orange. Now, always wash your oranges. And, there's all different types of oranges, whatever you can find or whatever type you like. And I'm using a microplane to grate. You can use a box grater. And you only want to get the orange part, not the white underneath, because that's kind of bitter. Now you can add as much or as little as you want. I mean, you can leave it out. You could add some lemon zest. I would say this one would be about like a tablespoon of orange zest, about 5 grams. Oh, you really smell the orange. Okay. Now I'm going to add the flour mixture gradually, and I'm going to alternate that with our wet ingredients. So you will need 3/4 of a cup, which is 180 milliliters, 180 grams of just milk. Now you can use like a full fat, a whole milk, or I'm using actually reduced fat at 2%. And I'm also going to add 3/4 of a cup, 180 milliliters of buttermilk. Buttermilk, when you use it in baking, it gives tenderness and also like a little bit of tang. So if you can't find, commercial buttermilk, you can make like a really good substitute. Just take 3/4 of a cup, 180 milliliters of just milk, add 3/4 of a tablespoon of lemon juice or even vinegar. Just stir that together, let it sit at room temperature 10 minutes, and it's ready to use. So I'm going to add, maybe about 1/3 of our dry ingredients here. I'm just going to eyeball it. And slowly beat that in. You don't want that flour coming in your face. Okay, and then add my milk. Slowly beat that in. And a little more of our dry. Buttermilk. And we'll finish off with the rest of our flour. Okay, so that's our batter made. So I'll just move some of this. Lots of ingredients here. That's why they taste so good. So I got some flour around the outside. Just give this a quick stir. So now, as you can see, this is, fairly loose. So that's why we have to chill it. Now, like I said, I would probably chill this a minimum of like 4 hours, but I really prefer to let it sit overnight. Actually, what's so great, this batter can be stored in the refrigerator for probably up to 5 days. And so that way, you don't have to bake all of them at once. You could just bake a few muffins. So you can have freshly baked muffins in the morning. Everyone will appreciate that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to cover this, put it into the refrigerator, and let it chill. So once your batter has chilled and you're ready to bake your muffins, preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 190 degrees Celsius. And then you'll need a 12-cup muffin pan. Now you can butter your muffin cups. What I do, if you want to do that, just melt a little butter and then use a pastry brush. I'm just going to spray mine today with one of these non-stick sprays. Or you could use paper liners as well. If you're using a spray, because I got some on the top of the muffin pan, I like to take a paper towel or a cloth and just wipe that off, because otherwise it kind of bakes on. So. Now, I just wanted to show you the difference. I did make some of the batter yesterday, so I could do the video. So this is what it looks like if it's been chilled overnight, nice and thick, as opposed to this one that we just made, soft. So that's the difference. Now, like I said, this batter will hold in your refrigerator, at least 5 days. So, and you don't have to bake them all off. Actually, this recipe, depending on the size you like, a regular size will give you maybe 16 muffins. So if you don't want to bake, like I'm going to bake a full pan today, but if you don't want to, then you could just bake some. But the important thing to remember, I'm going to actually do regular size muffins. So I'm going to fill my pan, that's about, 3/4 full. If you're using a 12-cup muffin pan and you're not filling it, then any ones that say you only want to bake 6, then you'll have 6 empty muffin cups. So what you want to do is put in some like hot water up a little way on all the unfilled muffin cups. Otherwise, your pan may warp. So just keep that in mind if you don't want to do your full pan. Okay, and my last one. Just for reference, the amount of batter I'm using is about 85 grams. So then I'm just going to even them out. Now, Bran muffins, you know, they're not the most interesting looking muffin. Taste really great. So what I like to do is kind of dress them up a bit. So I've got some old-fashioned, the rolled outs, and I'm just going to put on the top here. Another idea, if you kind of put nuts in your Bran muffins, what you could do is decorate the top with some chopped nuts. You could put some raisins on top, or you could leave them plain. I mean, you can. Put them in. So now, everyone's oven is a little different, and it depends. The baking time, like some people, if you want those really big muffin top, and then so you're going to fill your muffin cups right to the top, then your baking time will be a little longer than, say, if you fill them about 3/4. For this size, I would say somewhere around 18 minutes. You know, when you're doing especially something small like this, like a muffin or a cupcake, you know, check a few minutes before the stated baking time, just in case your oven is running, you know, a little hot, because you want to bake them just until a toothpick is inserted into the center, comes out clean. You don't want to over bake them, and then they'll be a little dry. So I'm saying about 18 minutes, about halfway through baking, rotate your pan front to back for even baking. So our Bran muffins are done. I think they look pretty good. So put your pan on a wire rack. As you can see, they rose quite a bit. I like the rolled oats on the top. I kind of think it jazzes it up a bit. So I'm going to let them cool a little bit, and then I'm going to use an offset spatula. This is silicone to get them out of the pan, and then when we come back, we will try one. So let's try one of our Bran muffins. Still nice and warm, isn't that? It looks good. Now I'm going to be good today, and I'm just going to eat them like this, plain. I do like them with some butter on top. Jam's nice too. Lemon curd. Oh. Bran muffins are so flavorful. And you know, because they get the bran and that, they do kind of fill you up, which is really nice in the mornings. But, so they're tender and moist. From, you know, you got the buttermilk and then the milk and eggs. And so full of flavor. The bran. And I like the little bit of orange zest. I think just, you know, citrus flavor just perks everything up. Lemon zest would be very nice as well. I like raisins in my Bran muffins, but again, you know, if you like, say, cherries, cranberries, nuts are very good. Haven't tried chocolate chips, but I'm not against that. So really, this is great because, like I said, the batter you can make it stored for like 5 days, and then just kind of, if you feel like a muffin, bake one off or a few off for yourself. So try this one. And until next time, I'm Stephanie Jaworski of joybaking.com.